Hey guys, my name's Kyle and this is the Windy Willow Farming Channel where we're going to take on a journey of how we're upgrading our 5-acre property to become more self-sufficient and sustainable. For our first video here, we're going to take on a bit of a tour of the farm, show you the little things that we've done and some of the bigger plans that we have coming in the future, so come along. Alrighty guys, we're kind of down the front of the block here. It's definitely living up to its name today. It's definitely a bit windy, so I'm hoping the audio kind of stays good. I'll just keep an eye on it as we're going. But got the front of the property here. You can kind of see, got kind of two larger kind of paddocks at the front here. Not much really going on with these at the moment. We are probably thinking more animals down here. So kind of, yeah, leaving it a bit blank at the moment. And as you can see down here, we've got this little kind of water course and it kind of comes through when it rains. And we had a lot of rain actually at the start of the year, which caused us a little bit of drama, to be honest. So something that we've got to keep an eye on and we might try and look at trying to divert at some point. But yeah, you've kind of got the driveway here, which is probably one of the big kind of selling points for us, I think, when we kind of came here. It's actually really lovely, and kind of how we decided on the name for the place, having the willows kind of lining the front driveway. Haven't really done anything too much. Chucked a couple solar lights in on the trees here, so at night they kind of project up. So I might be able to get a shot of that at some point and show you, but it's a bit hard in the dark. But they look very nice. Alrighty, so we'll continue down the back here, past a little sign that my wife did. It looks very nice. We're going to kind of add to that as we go with different kind of things that are on the property. So we actually got married here a couple of months ago now. So as we kind of come up to what I call the big tree, so it's probably the biggest tree that's on our property. It actually looks like it got chopped at one point because it's probably a bit of a hazard. But it's not close enough to the house where I'm too worried about it. But as we come up here, you'll kind of see a little bit of the remnants of that wedding. So we had some hay bales for seating. Strung up some lights in the trees here, which I got to take down at some point. And then I made a bit of an arbor for us to stand under. But it's pretty cute. So that's going to be moved to the back. I'm going to make that the entrance to the veggie garden at some point. And this looks like some of the tree that was chopped. But as we kind of move our way down to the back paddock here, which is probably where the majority of the upgrades, I guess, are going to happen. And if we're lucky here, we'll get to see these ponies. So this has definitely helped keep my wife at bay for getting animals, is having some right next door. They're looking. We've pretty much decided that we're going to look after them even though they're not in our property. Here we go. Come on. Oh, she's running. Hello. So this is Cindy. Hello, baby. Oh, you got a soft snoot. Yes. The others are a bit more calm. Yes. Hello. So I think there's Cindy, Tiger, Pie, Ballerina. We didn't name them, obviously. They're not ours, but pretty cute. It's a good album cover right there, guys. What do you reckon? So I'll get in and like slash this grass down just to help them out, because the neighbor next door doesn't really have a tractor or anything. We inherited a tractor. I say tractor, but it's like the miniest of tractors that would ever qualify, so I can show you that at some point. This is kind of a bit of a pad here, so believe it or not, there was a tiny house here when we first came to look at the place. Unfortunately, we kind of found out that there was a few issues, I think, with the council approval of it. So one of the prerequisites for us getting this place was to have that removed. Unfortunately, it was pretty cool. It would have been good to have a little bit of extra space, but we didn't really want to have to deal with if it wasn't approved. And I think we just decided in the end it wasn't worth the hassle. So, but it is like a good little space. So yeah, so this is probably going to be the future site of the shed. Probably going to be going kind of that way with the doors on the back side here. But as you can see, we've got some power that we've put up here because we had to come up with a kind of solution for water. So we're on tank water here, being out a bit further. Unfortunately, having to fill that water all the time when it doesn't rain is not probably the long-term solution we wanted. So ended up putting in a bore. This one, luckily we had the water diviner come out and use a little stick to find where it was gonna be best. So ended up being up here, which was pretty perfect because you can see I've kind of started laying out some posts for a veggie garden, and coincidentally it's right next to where the bore was, so that's really convenient for me, just to have a bit of a water source up here. Now it kind of runs, you can see the track to the power, and then there's also another little track, you can't quite see it now, but there's a little bit of grass that kind of runs down that looks a bit different, and that's kind of where the water goes down past through the chicken yard and out into the 2 tanks that we have underground back there. So that's really good. Probably one of the first things we wanted to do was to solve that water problem, because not really convenient to have to be filling it all the time. Kind of walked past this, but we just one of the first kind of things I did was just chuck a little 3-bay compost system here. Now it's not looking that great at the moment, but obviously pallets were free from where I work, so that was easy enough to just get them and just literally screw them together. So pretty much free, which is my favorite kind of project, or as little as possible. Now we had, you can kind of see the remnants of it here. We had the little pumpkins start to grow out of this left one, which is the one we use the most actually. Well, obviously we're trying to build that up. And the pumpkins decided they want to grow out of it, probably from a pumpkin seed. And we just kind of let it go. And yeah, we got, I think, about 10 or 12 pumpkins out of it over the last couple of months. So that was good. We decided to just let it go. Eventually though, I just ripped it out and chucked the remnants back on that left side, so that we could continue using that, but not overly a massive need for compost at the moment, just because I'm only just starting this veggie garden back here. So this is going to be the veggie patch. We'll go back here just so we can kind of have a bit of a look from the top down. Obviously I just got these kind of from Bunnings, a bunch of posts. We've got a post hole digger attachment for the tractor, so just came along, just sunk a couple of holes about 5 meters apart. I wasn't really too concerned with length of the gap, or kind of how straight. I got them pretty good, but there's a couple on a bit of a lean. It's just really so I can string some chicken wire around the outside, because we've got quite a few critters here. Mostly wallabies, believe it or not, are the biggest kind of issue. There is some hares and stuff that run around. So this is our first garden bed. Obviously went with the Birdies garden bed. I really have wanted one for a very long time, so it was really nice to get one this year, first one. And kind of going with some winter stuff at the moment. So you've got some coriander. The kind of blank space in the middle here is for some garlic. Some of them I'm a bit worried have started to already shoot, which kind of thought it would take a bit longer, but anyway. We've got about 2 broccolinis, I think a broccoli, and then kale around this side and silver beet. I'm actually really happy with how this is kind of going. I hooked up a little bit of an irrigation here, so just some polypipe, dripper, and just kind of capped off at the end, just 4 runs, so pretty simple, and has been doing pretty well at the moment. It hasn't really rained in a while, so damn, it's very windy right now. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully this mic is holding up to the task. But anyway, yeah, this is the back of the property, kind of looking down, and quite a bit more space than kind of what I'm used to. So it was really nice to come out here and just have, you know, a bit of room. Now, to the thing that I was the most excited about getting was the flow hive. Probably one of the first things I think we did when we got here was kind of buy this one. So this is the 11 frame flow hive 2, which we've had for probably about 6 months now, I think. So it's been going really well. We have had a first harvest from it, but I can show you that if we do it again, because I think we're almost out of honey now. So, but here's the little guys going in and out. It is nice to see a few of them still coming back with pollen. And there's a few of them coming back with nothing, but I did notice them all buzzing around one of our trees the other day, which still has a few flowers on it. And where we live in Queensland here, I'm not too concerned about the winter. We don't really get a proper winter. It's probably, well, I mean, it's been getting to about 7 degrees here, Celsius, which isn't too bad, but these guys seem to have been going strong. These kind of tree that's right above it seems to be something that they really love. And there's another one down in the chicken yard, which I was filming a bunch of them on yesterday. So I might go round to the chicken yard now and have a look. I call it a chicken yard, but it's really just our backyard. It also has ducks, so we'll go say hello to them. There's another tree, and at some point I'm going to have to deal with this branch that's hanging here, that every time we walk under we're a bit paranoid it's going to fall on our heads, but I'll have to get something to rope that down. So this is kind of our side fence here, running down the side of the property. Can't really see it, but yeah, it's just in there, and there's a bit of a bushland area in there where the wallabies kind of hang out a lot of the time. And then we kind of move around to the chicken coop. So if we come past here, I can actually hear them all in here. So yeah, the bees are kind of going to town on this tree, which is good. It's nice to have kind of stuff all year round where we live, and we're probably going to plant a lot more flowers to help them out as well during winter. But this is a chicken coop. Pretty basic one, to be honest. I've had chickens before, and we kind of had one of these, and I swore at the time I'd never buy one again. They're alright. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but I'm like 6 foot, and trying to get into here sometimes to do things is not fun. So I try and avoid that as much as possible. But it's just a basic kind of one of those ones you get off on eBay or something like that. I really do want to upgrade to probably a built one at some point. Something like a deep litter system. Man, you see those California coops, they're nice, but that's a lot of money. So I don't know, I'll probably try and slap something together a bit cheaper, but you can see the girls there. We'll go around to the other side and kind of show you a better look at them. One of the other things I kind of did when we first got here was the fire pit. Nothing fancy, and again, one of the bigger projects that we want to kind of complete is kind of making a little bit of a square kind of area, get some posts up, get some lights across it, probably pedal it and put some proper seats in here, because right now we just use camping chairs and like that's our little side table when we're on the chairs. But it was just a little one of those metal rings with the holes, and then some bricks from Bunnings. Tried to kind of do or replicate one of those no smoking, like smokeless fire pits, but unfortunately I've got to do some tweaking because it's not really working. So probably one of the things we did recently, so there used to be like, you can kind of see the stump here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like frangipanis in here. Now, I don't own a Suzuki Swift, so I don't really like frangipanis, nor does my wife. So we decided we kind of wanted to actually do a bit more of a flower bed here. So just recently, it's looking a bit sparse at the moment, but recently I put this in. It's just sleepers, kind of with screws bolted into the end, and then some supports on the inside. So nothing crazy, and you know, I'll probably have to upgrade it, but yeah, just some screws there, and then you can kind of see here where I've put in some supports and kind of screwed them together and then just filled it. So we're just kind of testing some things in here at the moment. We've got some veggies down this end, so you've got your basil, tomato, parsley and chives, rosemary. I get it, it's probably not the time to be planting stuff like this, but we're giving it a go. And then kind of some flowers, some sunflowers, which you can see here the evidence of some of these critters I was talking about. So we had a few more which have kind of been destroyed now, but we've got a few left, so that's all right. It looks like the wallabies kind of jumped through and snapped a bunch of them off when they were a bit smaller, and we're kind of close to getting one of these guys out, I think, so that'll be good. So yeah, a few sunflowers here, some zinnias again, which kind of got destroyed by the wallabies, but this is kind of the end that we're working our way down from, so a bit of a splattering of different types, and definitely want to try and fill this out all the way just to have a bit more of a focal flower garden. That's a bit of a view of the back of the property. But yeah, we'll go around to the chickens and have a bit of a look. There's one of the frangipanis left. You're not long for this world, mate. You'll be gone soon. Anyway, alrighty guys. Hello. Hello little babies. Alright, so these are the 4 Isa Browns that we have. Well, there's 3 there. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, she's probably laying. So these are the golden girls. Blanche, Sophia, Dorothy, and who's the other one? Rose, that's the one. And then we've got the 4 runner ducks as well. So let's see if we can. So we've got Butter. Fig is that kind of fawn one at the back. Olive, who's the kind of more brown. And then Truffle is kind of the brown one with the more white on her. So they're not quite at laying yet. I think it's about 20 to 24 weeks they start laying. They haven't. We're probably guessing they're about, I don't know, 15 to 20 weeks, I would say. But we don't really need eggs at the moment because of these guys. So the Isa Browns, pretty prolific layers. And to be honest, we are swimming in eggs at the moment. So we've got the little chicken tractor that we inherited here, which the chickens have taken to laying their eggs in. So let's go see. Yeah, there's 2 in there at the moment. I'll grab them in a minute because I'm holding the camera, so it's a bit hard. and then there's kind of the entrance. So I've kind of rigged up a little bit of a hatch for now, kind of let them in and out of this yard, but it's pretty much fenced. I'll try and get you a spot that's not too sunny. We did kind of overlay some of this smaller mesh because it was this kind of bigger gap stuff at the back here that you can see. And then I've kind of just put a little bit of fencing on the top because they were jumping up over at one point, which this is probably a little bit overkill. I know you can kind of free range, but the goal is eventually to kind of make a gate either kind of, well, the mulberry tree's in the way here, but maybe out of this area here, and kind of out here in our backyard is going to be a bit of a thoroughfare up to the back garden where I kind of want the ducks to help me with some pest control at some point, so we'll probably do that. Now the ducks are a bit more flighty than the chickens. The chickens kind of love us, so they'll come running up straight away, whereas the ducks haven't quite decided they like us yet. But the other thing in the back here is we've got the big lemon tree, got an orange tree, loquat, kumquat, which they're all kind of on the ground at the moment, but it's nice to come here and have some established trees. We've got the mulberry tree there, and around the front we've got bananas, and another little kind of orange as well. And then we've got the shed. I won't show you in that because it's a disgrace. Alrighty guys, that was a bit of a tour of the property. Pretty big space we're working with here, so the video was a little bit longer than I would have liked, but just needed to cover all my bases. This is my first YouTube video, so hopefully it wasn't too bad for you guys. Definitely going to be kind of shortening the videos moving forward and having kind of more in-depth looks at certain subjects on the farm. We've got a bunch of stuff that we want to do moving forward, so really looking forward to bringing you guys along for the journey. If this is the kind of content that you're interested in, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, that would really help us out too, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you later. Too long for an outro? Maybe. God, talking on camera is weird. People how do people do this all the time? It's so strange. All right, cool. So, oh man, this is hard. Kind of. I say kind of a lot, don't I?